on hands and knees. He gets the handballs away. Diving on top was Finlay. He can't take the ball out. It would be nice to see them get close at three-quarter time and make a bit of a game of it.
Well, that's what we're here for.
We hope so.
That's what we want.
We hope.
Obviously, North Geelong don't want it. They want to go on their merry way.
We got any half-time scores around the grounds? Do we know anything that? No, not
yet. Just working on that, Dale.
Righto, that'll be good. Ball is picked up and cleared away. I think that was Buse got boot the ball back towards centre wing. The mark has been taken out there, and it's going to come back as Walton has the ball now. He decides to go quickly. That wasn't a great kick off the boot, and it's picked up by Fisher. Got the handball out the back, and again North Geelong bring the ball back towards centre wing, and again the kick has been turned over back into the hands.
Structure right. Look at that. There's no one back of the ball.
So the ball now goes back towards that centre half forward position. They win possession, Anakie. Try to kick the ball off the ground. Again, it's North Geelong with some numbers around. Beecroft had it. Got taken away from the contest. Handball ends up in the back. Now there's a free kick being paid. Which way is it going? I think it's going to Beecroft.
Don't put your hands up, son.
And I'm not too sure why that was, but anyway. So Beecroft now called the play on by the umpire. He goes back towards centre wing, and a good strong mark out there was taken by Best. Got the handball away. He goes back into the forward line, and that was also, in these conditions, a good mark, and that was taken out there by Leach. So Leach now with an opportunity to bring the ball back into the centre of the ground. Low, flat kick, but only as far as Buse, and he takes the mark, and will put North Geelong back into attack. So he's got an option player running past his Best. He couldn't take clean possession. Ends up in the hands there of Baumgartner. He gets the ball out, and again they go back into their half-forward line. Out there is Taylor over the top of the ball. He did nicely, worked his opponent off the ball. Beecroft sits over the top of it now. So again, he's got one possession back again. And this time umpire says high tackle. And it's going to go again North Geelong's way. And Beecroft is going to be the recipient. So we've gone 3.5 minutes, and the scores as they were at half time. Anakie are 2-2, North Geelong 4-7.
So ball wobbles over the back of the pack. Sluggett gets it, kicks it forward for Anakie, but resolute in defence. Beecroft again, he's been very busy this quarter. Cost to a teammate, but a player who's been living up to the plaudits received before the game was Riddle. He gets it across to a teammate, but that is a terrible kick going forward, and by the look of the ball, that wind has picked up a bit, and Anakie are definitely kicking against a pretty strong wind now. North Geelong kicked the ball down the line, but that is a terrible kick. And Miraclis, who's been unusually quiet, we saw him a couple of times last year, had a very good year, won the best and fairest, but he's just starting to come into play a bit this quarter. Across to Detman, he gets around his man, kicks a long drop punt down the forward line, looking for and finding his coach in Bunworth. Bunworth, neat little pass into the forward pocket, looking for Goodwin. No, it's not, sorry, it was
Wallace.
Wallace kicked forward and touched on the line, and it's another behind to Anakie there, 2-3-15 now, North Geelong 4-7, and we've gone 5 minutes into this third quarter, which is the De Grande Sport and Cycle third quarter here at Anakie. Buse now for North Geelong, kicks down, comes across the back of the pack, and Miraclis has his fourth possession of the quarter. Long hand pass out to the half-back flank, kick to the middle of the ground, and that's Baumgartner, who's taken a mark under a bit of pressure. Just takes his time now, kicks the ball to true centre half forward, but there's nothing but North Geelong there, and it's Zach Swenninson who takes a very easy mark in defence for the Magpies. He's looking for some options. He goes way out to the boundary line on the far side, punched away by Tompkins and over the line and out of bounds. I don't know how Cogsy's going with an update. The score's still locked on the system, but we've got East Geelong 38, Thompson coming back at 29, and Geelong West 70, and Werribee Central's 4 behinds only.
Savannah's been a winch play this afternoon, tonight?
No, tonight. According to this today, we've got no scores from there or at Bellpost Hill and Inverleigh at this stage.
It's now a day game.
Inverleigh at half time. I can tell you what that score is. Let me just
North Geelong have the ball through. Anakie have the ball through Jet Mills, the youngster. His neat little kick goes out, lands on the half volley with Ho. Ho gets it back into the middle of the ground. That's a very good kick. And finds Riddle, who has been Anakie's best player, I reckon, this afternoon. Has been really solid all afternoon for them. Hand pass across to Baumgartner. He's got a fair bit of time now. It's a drop punt into the forward pocket, but
great mark.
Great mark there. It's young Mills. He's made position up the ground. He plays on, kicks into the pocket, and looking for teammate is Bunworth, and he comes out and takes the mark. He's tight in the forward pocket. He'll be kicking straight into the teeth of this Breeze from where he is. He's definitely looking for options. He doesn't look like a man who's very confidently going to go back and slot this through for a goal. Looking at options still in the forward pocket. But he goes back and lays it up to the top of the square, but that is a shocking kick. And it's gone out of bounds on the full in the forward pocket for Anakie. They're pushing hard. They've got control of the game still at 2-3-15, but they're trailing 4-7-31. But kicking against the wind, their tenacity has been quite fantastic all day, Grubby.
Well, they've had control of the game for the last 2 quarters, but not on the scoreboard. And unfortunately, that's where it counts.
Very much so. So Zach Swenninson for North Geelong. Kicks long down looking for Tompkins over the back of the pack. Another boundary throw in. Those young boundary umpires have certainly earned their money this afternoon.
Especially ones on that side of the ground. I'd be taking this side if I was done the boundary. Inverleigh 6-7-43 at half time. Bellpost Hill 3-2-20.
So over the back of the pack, Tompkins double hands it forward to Henderson. He's tackled immediately, and there'll be another ball up. It's just Anakie's side of the centre of the ground. They're into attack all afternoon. Riddle and Tompkins. Thompson gets a hand to it. Comes over the back of the pack, and that is too high, and a free kick there to Jacob Jewell for Jackson Jewell, for North Geelong. Kicked down the line over the back of the pack is another Jackson in Bewes, does a really good job. Kicks it back into the centre of the ground looking for his teammate there. Can't find it. Hand pass very quickly over the back. Kavanagh, who we called often in the first quarter, but not a lot since. Neat little kick. And he finds Baumgartner, gets into the middle of the ground for Ho. Ho's got another player free out this side of the ground. Immediately playing on is Roberts. Kicks down the line. There's some players in open spaces here with the ball. It's Hayward. He tackled. Breaks the ball free. Pyle comes through, kicks it along the ground, gets it to Mills. Mills slaps it on the foot with an old-fashioned punt kick forward, but bounces through, and it's one behind only. So it's 2 goals, 4-16 now. North Geelong 4-7, and we've just gone 9 minutes into the De Grande Sport and Cycle third quarter.
It got down there because in a game where the kicking's been atrocious, Baumgartner a beautiful kick, and then Roberts a beautiful kick into space.
Over the back of the pack, and now again heading towards the boundary line. Young Henderson is tackled. He's dragged to the ground. The umpire said, "You've had it too long, son." And taking a free kick there is Morris for the Anakie side. It's just on the corner of the centre square. They're in attack again, as they have been most of the last 30 or 40 minutes of the games. Morris pushes into the forward pocket, but coming out and taking a very strong mark is Swenninson. That kick into the 50-metre circle for the Anakie side this afternoon has generally been poor and has cost them dearly, but in the middle of the ground they're doing a pretty good job. So Swenninson now gets it, kicks it to the wing. It's coming towards Best. He runs underneath it. Tompkins takes it, punches it away. Humphrey runs onto the loose ball, but coming through for Anakie very cleverly there. It was Sluggett, gets it across to a teammate there, kicked into the middle of the ground. North Geelong grabbed that ball through Dalziel. He's not going anywhere. And we'll have a throw up right in the corner of the centre square. Anakie slightly into attack.
The ball thrown up in that position there. Ball comes down the ground. Over the top of the ball, Hall tries to kick the ball off the ground. It's again Anakie get the ball from that clearance. Runs towards the middle of the ground. Picked up there by Roberts. Couldn't pick it up cleanly. It's ended its hands and kicked further forward by North Geelong.
There's danger here.
Long. Not too sure whether the player knows where it was, but Swenninson was able to keep his feet. Kicks back towards goal. Brings it back too far and through for a minor score.
That's a let off.
It was 4-8 now to the North Geelong side. And Anakie on 2-4. We've gone just over 11 minutes in this third quarter, and looks like Kavanagh is going to be doing a kick in. No, it's not. It's going to come back, and it's going to go to player in Leach. So Leach now has got a player short if he wants to use him. He decides to go in that direction, and the marker was taken by Rhodes. So Rhodes now also short, and Ho comes up and he takes the mark once the ball again. And he's going to use it a little bit longer this time. He still hasn't got too many options, so again another short kick, dangerous to Bunworth. Ball's coming off, goes to Swenninson. He couldn't pick it up. Handball goes over the top. That was to Dalziel. Ends up in the hands of Zach Swenninson. Again, his kick is out of bounds on the full, and will be a free kick to the Anakie side. In defence, and it's going to be Leach that's going to start with the ball. He decides to transfer play across.
No, got to go behind his mark.
So Leach now goes short up over the top. Mark is taken. Off goes over the top, and again the mark this time is taken out there by Wallace. Baumgartner it was. You're right, Grubb, and the ball goes back in the middle, and the mark has been taken out there, and it's going to be by Will Marnie. So Marnie gets to his feet.
I can see him this side, Smithy.
Hey?
I can see who they are this side.
Yeah, that's not bad, isn't it?
We
So
don't
Marnie now decides to go long in towards the goal square, going back.
Oh, mark it!
Irish just punches the ball away, tap back to a dangerous position, especially with this bloke's ball in hand, and Luke Parker goes round the body, brings it back but not far enough through for a minor score. Luke Parker with 1 goal, 2 this afternoon. North Geelong now are 4-9, Anakie on 2-4. So again, it's Hoff's going to bring the ball up, and he's going to go straight down the middle of the ground. Good, strong mark out there. Tompkins comes up and meets the ball, and he's going to put North Geelong straight back into attack. Decides to play on, go long, out towards Best. Pushes off, can't take the mark. Picks up there, Jewell on the boot, and that is okay. And he gets his first goal of the afternoon, Jackson Jewell, and the 5th now for North Geelong. They are 5-9. They lead Anakie on 2-4, and we have gone almost 30 minutes. The Grandy Cycles Sports third quarter scoreboard.
Well, that kick, like they mucked around with it here and with little short stuff and couldn't get it out. So they decided to go straight down the middle. But unfortunately, the big fella, Riddell, he was standing flat-footed, and Reece Tompkins read it magnificently. He came from behind and ran in front of Riddell because he read the ball beautifully. And I'll tell you what, since he's gone into the ruck, Tompkins, he's played a ripper of a game.
She's done a really good job, and good afternoon officially to all Pulse Radio listeners. We are on the air, Steelo tells me, so I hope you enjoyed the Jazz Festival. But,
everyone would have enjoyed that, all 3 of them.
Good old-fashioned red-hot Aussie rules entertainment here, live from Anakie on 94.7 The Pulse.
Bloody
back in the middle.
Jazz.
Tompkins, who Grubby talked about, won that tap out, got it down to Fisher. He gets it across to Beecroft in the forward line, but coming over the back of the pack, relieving for the Anakie side, there is Leach. Leach gets it further down the field to Walton. Over the back of the pack, Goodwin. He can't control the ball, and Fisher carries it over the boundary line. Far side of the ground, as it's been for most of the afternoon, and we'll have a very common sight of a little 4'6" boundary umpire about to throw it back in. So it's Riddle and Tompkins. Riddle gets a very neat hand to Miraculous. He kicks quickly forward, and it's a very good mark. It looks like Morris out there. No, it's Taylor. Taylor's done a pretty good job this afternoon too for Anakie, the left footer. Sees a lead up forward, and he takes that, and I think that's Sluggett on the far side of the ground. Sluggett kicks short and low to Jet Mills. Mills a bit of an up and under, but he's got it back into the middle of the ground. Coming out and punching it away for North Geelong is Brockenshire, and we'll have a boundary throw in forward pocket. They've got it to about 30 metres from their goal, Anakie. They've been attacking solidly all through this game, but it seems that each time North Geelong can get it forward, they score a lot more easily, and that's happened again this quarter already. The only goal for the quarter so far to the Magpies. Tompkins again does a very good job, pops it down, but Sluggett runs on the ball. He's tackled immediately by Brockenshire. The umpire said, "You had it too long, son."
That's fair enough.
And Brockenshire will take the free kick in the back pocket, or half-back flank for the North Geelong side.
He took a couple of steps after being tackled.
Brockenshire kicks long down the line, Wynn taking it towards the boundary line.
It's out in the full.
And yes, it's whistle's been blown, and that is a free kick to Anakie. It'll be Miraculous who'll take it for out in the full. And Wynn must be a lot stronger than
I'll tell you what, I got hold of that. I could see it. They just got hold of it and dragged it straight over the boundary line, over the fence.
So if Anakie can be close at three-quarter time, coming home in the wind, they still cause some trouble here. Miraculous gets the ball, kicks it in the middle of the ground, looking for her teammate over the back of the pack. It's Mills. He kicks it forward into a dangerous spot. Bunworth's coming out, tries to collect, gets it on the second or third bounce. Quick kick over his head, but taking a strong mark there in defence. For North Geelong, in front of Goodwin, I think it might be Beecroft, who's had a pretty good... no, Beecroft's hovering over. It might be Fisher. So Fisher's taken the mark for North Geelong. 20 metres out, directly in front, gets his composure and kicks again towards the boundary line.
Bad kick.
It is a very bad kick, and taking a mark there is Hayward. He gets it back into the middle of the ground. It's Rhodes getting onto the ball for Anakie, but he can't control it. Again, it's Sluggett for Anakie. Gets into the middle of the ground. That's a good bit of work by Hove to get through there, but he was tackled. The umpire said he had it for too long. North Geelong will get the kick, and very lucky not to get 50 metres because they played on and kicked it forward. But North Geelong now have the ball through Finlay. Finlay's long, low left foot kick, but it hasn't been able to penetrate this wall of defence for Anakie. They kick it back in the middle of the ground, and Rhodes takes the mark. They're just forward of centre now. Rhodes puts them to true centre half forward. Wynn getting a hold of that. Ball come over the back of the pack. Running onto it is Bunworth. He kicks it across his body, but again, he is pulled up short, and Brockenshire takes a mark in the last line of defence, just near the behind post to relieve the pressure for Anakie. Again, kicked the ball out near the boundary line. That's a very good mark by Riddell for the Anakie side. Plays on quickly on his preferred right foot into the hot spot. But again, that's a mark, and it's going to be Brockenshire again, I reckon. He's had a really good quarter, repelling lots of attacks, but Anakie keep coming hard at him. That one has found a teammate, and that looks like Rhodes for North Geelong. He kicks it out the half-back flank, and Jackson Buse takes the ball for North Geelong. Buse now kicks down to the wing. He'll be looking for Swenninson. He runs to the back of the pack. Detman runs on it for Anakie, kicks back into hot spot. Buse is underneath it, can't quite control the ball. Fisher there is grabbed and dragged down, and the umpire says, deemed he got a high one, I think.
Yep.
No, it's Beecroft actually. So Beecroft for North Geelong's won a free kick on the far side of the ground. He kicks down the line looking for Tompkins. Can't take the chest mark. Ball over the back of the pack. Riddell picks up, gets it to Pyle, and Pyle's neat little kick finds Jet Mills. True centre wing. He plays on very quickly. Kicks it to Rhodes. He gets into the middle of the ground and marked by Baumgartner. He kicks wider across, and Roberts has the ball. Roberts is looking for Pyle. He gets into the forward pocket over the back of the pack. It's for him. He can't get it out. It's tipped out the back. But again, the Anakie players are working hard at it. Pyle again gets into the forward pocket for Taylor. He can't pick up. North Geelong defenders are desperate trying to get hold of the ball. A quick kick out of the pack. Anakie have won it back again through... that's a... It's a goal. They've kicked one against the flow. That was Hayward. Kicked it across his body, and Daniel Bunworth escorted, watched it bounced, and very happily celebrated with players. A very important goal, Grubby.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, sometimes it's a bit hard with these binoculars. When I saw Daniel Bunworth running to it and not trying to get it, I thought, why doesn't he get to 40? Because I didn't realise how close it was. That was a magnificent goal. And up until now, Anarchy have been playing well as North Geelong all over the ground, but they've just fallen down in the forward line, something terrible. But that time, and that might give them a bit of momentum and a bit of confidence because they finally kicked one, but I think they probably could have kicked a couple more because getting into the forward line's okay, but it's coming out just as quick.
So we're back in the middle of the ground. This time it's going to be ruck work's done. Buse tries to get out of the centre but can't pick the ball up cleanly. Goodwin has it. Handball goes back. They've mucking around a little bit, but they're going to give themselves some clear air until Buse come across. He was tackled without the ball, and it's going to be a free kick. And it's going to go.
Don't give it away, mate. Just let him go. Let him go. He gives
so it goes back to Buse. Buse now decides to run and play on. He goes quickly into the forward line. Coming up, mark not taken again. Picked up there. The handball's given away. Goes to Kavanagh. He ducked, put himself under a little bit of pressure. Did he have time?
No, ball it up. Ball it up.
Going to be a ball up to take place inside forward 50.
Any word from Cogsy, Grub?
No.
So ball thrown up again. Parker doing the ruck work. Ball hits the ground. There was a free kick from the umpire trailing. I think he said there was a push from somewhere. And a free kick is going to go out there. And I think it's Wallace again. He decides to come across the ground. Miracles has the ball and he goes wider again. Morris from behind the ball comes up, takes the kick. Nice looking kick. But again, Henderson just chips in front. And he will see the ball go back over the boundary line and we'll have a throw in to take place.
East Geelong 68, Thompson 35, Geelong West 77. Werribee have a goal on the board. They're 1-5-11.
Yes! Got a score, Cogsy, please.
The ball now thrown back up. The handball goes out. Miraculous went one way, then
bit himself
into trouble.
He actually ducked his head a little bit.
He did duck. So Miraculous goes now short. Kick wasn't good. Went past Mills. Ball is picked up there, so now it's going to be Fisher that brings the ball back in. That's a better kick. Finds Swenison. Swenison again quickly delivers the ball into the forward line. Parker comes up. I think the sun might have been in his eye. Then he got the staggers. Ball's hit the ground. Picked up by Best. Tries to barge his way through. Then he puts the ball down. And free kick will go to the Anakie side, and it's going to be Morris that's going to be come up with the free kick. So Morris now goes across the ground, goes towards Mills, puts the ball out in front of him, but again, Fishers now leads in the race for the ball. He's got a 2-on-1. That's well good work there. Leach, I think it was. He took off and got in front of his opposition. Ball comes now towards the half-forward line, picked up out there by the goal kicker in Hayward, brings the ball back to the forward pocket in front, Bunworth, and that's a good mark. So another opportunity here now. Bunworth just waiting for players to push down the ground. He goes long, back to the goal square. Again, that should be a free kick.
Umpire.
Had to be, yes.
Interference in mid-air, and umpire was never going to miss that one.
Henderson wasn't watching the ball, and there's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go to Sluggett.
Mind you, he had to do it because he was going to mark it. So if you run into him and hope to get away with it, but he didn't get away with it. It's a free kick every day of the week.
So Sluggett from about 15 metres out, I would think no further, comes in. Kicks at goal, and they wanted that through the middle. And he's got his first of the afternoon and the fourth now for Anakie. They are 4-4. And North Geelong 5-9. We've gone 23 minutes to Granny Cycle Sports third quarter scoreboard.
As I said, that last goal from Hayward, it really lifted the momentum and the confidence. And that young bloke, Leach, he ran down there like a Safa pal. He was flying. And we haven't seen much of that in this game because of the fact that it's been in and under for all game. But he got a chance to run and he blew their doors off. I love watching that. Love watching kids play like that. And that was a catalyst for getting it down. Bunworth again. Look, he hasn't kicked many goals, Bunworth, but he's been in every single bit of play down there. So he's done really well for their side.
Three-quarter time, Grub, just be where you go, mate. Inverleigh 11-10-76. Bellpost Hill 4-3-27.
Wow, that doesn't look good, does it?
No, it's not looking good. I know Anakie done a good job here, but I bet Mark Hounslow's up there tearing his hair out for North Geelong. It is Tompkins who wins the tap out, double handle it. Remember, it's Tompkins who follows up again. Miracles for Anakie, picks up the ball and punches it forward. Hayward, who's inspired, he's kicked the goal, involved in that last one, can't quite win that ball. Detman does a very good job to get front position. He's overrun it, though, allowing North Geelong in, but he's back in with another tackle. Probably should have won a free kick. He's got the ball again, pushes it out. That's just ferocious tenacity on the part of Detman and teammates there. The ball cannot bobble out, but a quick kick out by Humphrey. Gets it across to teammate coming through his Grubby's man Parker. He slaps it onto his boot very quickly. Best is going to get back and
well done,
a very good mark in the goal square for North Geelong. So we're going to get a very quick response to that little flurry of a couple of goals from Anakie. North Geelong sitting at 5-9 at the moment and should certainly kick 6 after this from Best.
Corio 6-4-40. Trail Belmont Lions 12-5-77.
Okay, that's another important score. So Best goes back.
Barely.
He doesn't get it over
the man on the mark.
The second time that's happened.
Wow, look. Anakie got the momentum going, and again they fell down forward. I thought that was going to really turn the tide, but that keeps them in it.
Very much so. So it's Anakie now. That's a lovely little kick and finds Mason Rhodes on the half-back flank for the Anakie side. He's had a very good time of it since quarter time. He's been very prominent this quarter. He's been asked to play on now, so he left foots it down the line. Pyle is waiting underneath it. He hasn't got much strength. He's held out by Beecroft, and Tompkins comes in and takes an easy chest mark. He kicks into the middle of the ground and finds Finlay. Finlay quickly around on the left foot. Neat little pass in front of Parker. Finds him. Great lead, great kick, great mark. And Parker has marked. You kick from about 48 metres out directly in front, and Grubby, that might test the hamstring.
Well, it might, and I'll tell you what, all he's got to do, think back to the old days, put your foot through it, don't stab at it, bang, because he would kick these in his sleep many years ago. Let's see how he goes.
He kicks from 49 metres. That is a magnificent kick,
He's missed it, though.
Oh, it's just outside the line of the post for one behind only. So North Geelong now 5 goals, 10 I reckon they've hit.
11.
5-11. It's 4-4, and we are 26 minutes into this, the third quarter.
Ball comes out wide. Miracles takes a mark, still inside the defensive 50. Now he decides to transfer play.
Oh, this is
goes
be
back
dangerous.
to the goal square. Mark is okay because it's Leach. He's got the ball in the goal square, and again, I'm not too sure they've gained.
Well, they covered the next option, North. That was good footy.
Yeah, they haven't gained too much ground, but he's going to now go far side of the ground, low and flat. That kick's okay. Mark is taken out there, and it was Morris that's come up and taken the mark. So again, they just play that possession game. Actually, their skills have been pretty good.
They've lifted.
I agree.
Yep.
No, they're marked from Walton, and again, they keep possession. So Walton now, he goes short. That's okay again because the mark has been taken by Baumgartner. So they've got the ball outside their 50 now. Kavanagh wants the ball across the ground, but they're going to go up the ground again. Kick wasn't that good. Ball now hits the ground, picked up, and now North Geelong with an opportunity to bring the ball back into their forward line. But players attacked the ball, and it was Swinnerson that went after it, but he's going to see the ball safely over the boundary line, and they will have a throw-in just outside their forward 50.
Won't want another goal before three-quarter time, and they're in this, Grubby, with the wind.
Yeah, they are. But they've got to stop North Geelong from getting another one here.
So the ball's thrown back into play now, and again, North Geelong. They have numbers around the contest. They bring the ball back into their forward line. Player comes out, Parker once again. This time he screws it around the body, and it will be okay. This time Luke Parker is successful. He gets a goal and brings up the 6 for North Geelong. They are 6-11. They lead Anakie on 4-4, and 28 minutes gone. Third quarter to Grand East Cycling Sports third quarter scoreboard.
I just reckon they went the wrong way originally. You know, they came out here, you keep going, and they decided to go back the other way, and from then on, they never look like getting it out. And when the ball, well, obviously North Geelong held it in there for long enough. When you can hold the ball in your forward line for that long, sooner or later, someone's going to make a mistake. And the Anarchy boys just ran straight over the footy, and that's something that Luke Parker doesn't do. And he picked it up, and he was able to kick a goal just like he used to do in his heyday.
So, Bell Park 55, South Barwon 95, Leopold 60, North Shore 34, a couple of GFL games. Back in the centre, Baumgartner picks up the crumb beautifully, kicks it forward for Anakie, bobbles over the back of the pack, coming through is Taylor. He gets across to Jet Mills, hand passes it out toward himself, but coming onto it is Bunworth. He kicks back into the forward line, coming through for North Geelong, Fisher. Hand passes to Brockenshire, neat little hand pass from him. Comes across now to another teammate, North Geelong, back down the line. Tompkins is going to be first to it on centre wing for North Geelong, but he escorts it over the line. And another encouraging attacking foray from Anakie. Just one little skill error. North Geelong pick up the crumbs, and out it comes again.
That's been the tail of the game. They looked $1 million going in until they get there. Then it comes straight back out. That's just what they're lacking at the minute.
Newton 27, Colac 47, St Albans 24, Geelong West 53, and Lara 36, and Joseph's only 48. So good games in GFL. Back here, GDFL, Detman slaps it on the boot forward. This time Bunworth comes out, takes the mark. He's going to kick the ball from about 50. He won't make the distance if you're looking for another option. He's found a lead in the forward pocket, and that is a very
That's
good
what
kick.
they've got to do.
Great lead by Taylor, an excellent kick by Bunworth.
Where's he from?
Slender.
Who?
Taylor, where did he come from?
Don't know where he's from, but
He
he's
looks like he goes
been
right.
handy today, isn't he?
Yeah, well, just he moves well.
The left foot up.
He used to make me suits.
The left footer is marked in the forward pocket. He's going to kick from 45 degrees, probably about 25 to 30 metres out. This one is absolutely vital. Aiming for the left goal post. He's kicked it pretty darn well. His teammates are tickled pink, and that is the 5th goal for the Anakie side. They are 5-4. That will be 34. North Geelong are 6-11-47. Very close to three-quarter time as we've gone past the 30-minute mark for the third successive time and the only time this year on the Eric Nichols Memorial Clock.
Well, he's obviously not in their in, so he might have been a late in. He might have come a bit late, young Taylor, because they haven't got him in on the pre-season ins. But look, that's where they finally get it together. They put a good kick in, but there's no lead coming. Or they give a beautiful lead and the kick's bad. But all of a sudden, a beautiful lead, a beautiful kick, goal. That's the formula that'll win games of football.
So we're back in the middle now. Riddell's back in there doing some ruck work. Hoff, he gets the ball, kicks it towards Miraclis. He was tackled without the ball.
He was.
The umpires allowed things to go on now, and the ball was kicked quickly into their forward line. Again, ball bounces out there, picked up there. Oh, I tell you what, young Pyle has done very nicely. The kick wasn't that good off the boot. Bunworth picks it up cleanly, tries to get boot the ball, can't do so. North Geelong are able to clear. They come out towards the half-back line. Sluggett's there. Leading in the race there is Swennerson. He's having enough to see the ball over the boundary line. And it will be a throw-in in the half-forward line.
Grubby, isn't confidence an amazing thing? Some of those kids from Anakie who struggled through the first half have just got a third leg now.
They've got up and running and they're going all right. Yeah, you're right. Doesn't take much in a game of footy.
So umpire now just waiting to start the play. Not too sure what he's waiting for, but he throws it back in now. Ball tapped forward, picked up there. They're going to clear it away, North Geelong. They're going to bring it back towards centre wing. Gets over the top. A player there in Detman. The ball now at ground level. Contest needs to be won. North Geelong, they try to win it through Humphrey. He tries to get out of the contest. Couldn't do so. Riddell, he picked it. He had his hand held then. Couldn't get rid of it, but the siren is going to sound and ends the third quarter here this afternoon. Let's see Anakie going at 5-4. And they'll trail North Geelong on 6-11. Goal kickers, all individuals for the home side. Bunworth, Taylor, Wallace, Hayward and Sluggett. And for the North Geelong side, 2 apiece to Parker and Grant, 1 each to Jewell and Paramanoff.
We're on the YouTube stream coming to you through 94.7 The Pulse, so we can't go back to the studio for a break. So we'll just take a... Oh, we can. Okay, so David Steele, you are back in control of the studio. We'll go back to you, take some sponsorship announcements and return here to the Anarchy Oval where the home side of 5-4-34, North Geelong 6-11, but the locals are coming home with the wind. Anakie Reserve, where the home side have got a breeze in the last quarter. They are 13 points down. It's 34-47. Grubby, I give them a big chance.
Yeah, look, I do. I give them a chance. But they've got to fix this little thing going in when they go into the forward line. They just... I reckon they've controlled the game since quarter time, but they just haven't been able to get past the North Geelong defence. And maybe I'm being a bit harsh too. You've got to give a lot of credit to the North Geelong defence for playing so well down there. But then again, when you look at North Geelong, they've had 17 shots to 9. So they haven't done themselves any favours with inaccurate kicking as well. But they just got a bit of a run on there, Anakie, and if they can start off well this quarter, then North Geelong are going to be in for a hell of a hard quarter and a hell of a hard time to keep a bunch of young kids who are really having a go at bay. I thought that quarter, Rhodes was good, Bunworth, he's in everything down there. He's going to be the one, if they're going to win. He's not, even if he doesn't kick them, he passes them off. He's going to be instrumental down there if they're to win. Howe or Ho or whatever his name is. How do you say that? Mitch Howe? Ho?
Hoff.
Huff. Thanks, mate.
Like the Hoff.
Righto, Huff. We've got... I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. And I thought he had a great quarter. Miraculous come right back into it. Baumgartner's been nearly their best. Riddell. Look, Riddell's played well, but his disposal's been really, really terrible, actually. He hasn't hit a target all day. But I slug it out to go. Leach. They're nearly ready to bounce the ball, but...
No, North's not even breaking up yet, Grub.
Oh, I don't know. What's the umpire doing? He's practicing, was he? Bruns, Luke Parker come into the game. Rhodes had a good quarter. Reece Tompkins had a good quarter. Dylan Fisher had a good quarter. And I thought Bryce Brockenshire down there had a good quarter. And I must say, after about 3 or 4 minutes of play and a couple of bewildering decisions, I thought, oh no, this umpiring's going to be terrible. Well, I'll tell you what, after that, they have been absolutely fantastic all day. I've had the binoculars on them all day. The real little tiny little ones they've let go, unless it's impeded the bloke going for the footy. And I think they've done a terrific job. And hopefully, if this gets close, they continue doing that, which I think they will.
And Paramanoff's in the civvies, mate.
Well, I was going to say, he was best on the ground at quarter time. We haven't seen him since.
Yeah, no, he's. I think he's done. The way he's hobbled out there is either an ankle or something like that.
Oh, gee.
Well, just checking the radar, I don't think there's any chance of rain during this last quarter, so which is what we want. The conditions now are relatively good. The players are starting to handle the ball better, and I'm really looking forward to this.
You're not going to believe in that, are you?
Oh, yeah.
The Weather Bureau got $50 million worth of stuff and they get it wrong.
So we're back in the middle of the ground. As we said, it's Tompkins doing the ruck work. Jewel over the top. Sorry, Jewel, what did I say? Yeah, no.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was Jewel, yeah, no?
Riddle.
That's right, you're on the right track.
Yeah. Riddle doing the ruck work. Tompkins gets the ball down again. Miraculous head over the contest. He can't win it out. And again, the umpire without any choice there will have to come in. It's Marnie will be able to give the ball back to the umpire. The ball is thrown up very quickly by the umpire. They try to get the ball going.
Oh, that's a free kick.
Taken. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, my word, it is too high. Didn't have the footy.
So Marnie now gives the handball away. And they go through Rhodes, and he goes short up over the top.
That's a free kick.
Yeah, he's interfered with him.
Could have been.
He didn't need to either. He's taller than him. He just had to get the fist on the ball. He missed the ball and fell into his back. Good decision again.
So Humphrey now with the ball. He decides to load up and go long into their forward line. Cook's out the back. Ball not taken. Parker on the ground. Goes back to Cook. Cook at the handball away. Goes to Kavanagh. Back to Goodwin. Back to Kavanagh. They need
He's holding the ball.
It was. He took one step too many. Yep. Couldn't get rid of it. And a good strong tackle from behind. I think it was Finlay. And he will go back and take a free kick and go quickly into their forward line. Mark went through the hands. Went towards Leach. Got boot to ball. Didn't travel that far, but he's got support out there. Picked up by Baumgartner. Goes back towards the half-back line. Coming across. Wallace did well. Made a contest. Goodwin front and center to the contest. Picked up there and cleared away by Pyle. He goes into the forward line. So this is where they need to be smart. No. Ball picked up. They need to get the ball running. Taylor tried to get it out. Does so now to Bunworth. Bunworth gives it to
he's on too. There's a free kick.
The ball.
There's a free kick back here for Anakie.
Oh, not too sure what that was for.
Well, I don't know either. I think he's just interfered with him on the ground. But the ball had gone to our left down towards North Geelong, and I think we all looked at there. So it was a late one. But I tell you what, that Riddell has just come off clutching his leg. If he has to stay off, that'll be a huge, huge loss because he's their best ruckman.
So it's Bunworth now with an opportunity from about 40 metres out. He is directly in front and can bring that margin well back, being inside the 2-goal mark if he kicks straight. So he steps in now, kicks that goal. Distance is there.
Oh no, it's come back. Missed it. Told you.
Oh, he's just missed. Crowd behind the goals were saying it was through. Or they were just trying to talk the umpire.
No, they've been on the cans. I could see from here it was never going through. They've all cheered it and they're right behind it. How many cans have you blokes had?
Anakie are 5-5. They trail North Geelong on 6-11, and we have gone 3 minutes final quarter. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
What a great game this has turned out to be. Bruns for North Geelong, who's been a stout defender, kicks it down. Tompkins can't take the mark. I thought he might have been pushed.
He could have got a free kick. He could have.
But it's going to be a ball up, and it's one of those at this stage of the game, you probably just let them roll. But in the ruck now, it's Wallace and Tompkins who's done a really good job. Deft tap by Tompkins, but Miraclis picks it up, kicks it literally straight up in the air, and North Geelong grab it, tackled immediately, and we'll have another ball up. It's centre wing, far side of the ground, ever so slightly favouring Anarchy's end in attack. They they trail by a neat 2 goals, but they've got breeze and a dry ball coming into the last quarter. Kicked into the middle of the ground. Finlay comes over the back, does a really good job to win the ball, but he's tackled immediately. The umpire said no prior opportunity. We'll have another ball up. This time true centre wing, far side of the ground. Those gum trees over there are really whipping, so there's a fair bit of breeze out there now. Coming through strongly for North Geelong is Goodwin. For Anakie is Goodwin, who's had a very good game this afternoon. He's tackled immediately, and yet another ball up. Still true centre wing, far side. Tompkins up early, can't really get a tap. Coming through is Wallace for Anakie. He grabs Smith. He's not going anywhere. And we're going to have another ball up. But in rugby style, he's probably got himself 20 metres. Dragging the ball forward. That was actually Jewell he got hold of then. Dragged him forward up again. Tompkins gets it over the back of the pack. Reynolds can't get onto the ball for Anakie. It's Miraclis who's underneath the bottom of the pack there, I think. And going nowhere. And Miraclis is a player who since half-time's really come into the game for Anakie. He had a very quiet first half. Last year's best and fairest winner. Tompkins gets it down, wins his own tap out. Goodwin breaks free for Anakie, kicks into the forward pocket, looking for Pyle, but taking a very good mark is Bruns. Bruns and Brockenshire have done an excellent job back there for the Magpies this afternoon. Goodwin comes through, knocks the ball away from Swenninson, and we'll have a boundary throw in. Far side of the ground, probably about 60 metres round from Anakie goal, but since quarter time, they have still been the major controllers of this game for too long, and North Geelong will take the free kick on the far side of the ground. It's young Marnie underneath with the ball. He comes up for North Geelong, going to drive them forward. Kicks just beyond centre, coming over for Morris, goes over the back of him. Jackson Buse picks up for the North Geelong side. A little kick in towards centre half forward. Parker comes out, cleverly traps the ball, evades an opponent, kicks across his body into the pocket and coming through, taking a very strong mark. I think it's Buse who's followed up, and he will take, looking to have a shot for goal. He's probably going to be 40 metres out, very tight angle. He'll be kicking straight into the face of the wind.
That was a good kick under pressure, because if Buse didn't take it, the other bloke would have. There was 2 North Geelong blokes. He put it to their advantage, which hasn't been done a lot today.
Parker certainly, he hasn't had a lot of opportunity because of the position he's playing in, but he's been one player who's handled the ball surely all afternoon and kicked beautifully. So it's Buse now. Stabs straight into the wind, not going too far, but Parker comes out and takes a mark right beside the behind post. And I imagine he will just either roll around and banana it or left foot it, but you'd back him to kick it with the skills he's displayed this afternoon. So it's a banana.
Well, he's kicked it out in the face. So that made an idiot of you, didn't it?
It has made a complete idiot of me, which I'm damn good at doing. And it'll be Anakie. No, he's called it 1 point. It just snuck in for a behind. So Anakie won the ball at true full back. Looks like Reynolds who's got the ball. He's had a pretty good game this afternoon too. He kicks long and low down the line, looking for Mills over the back of the pack for everyone. So the wind's starting to carry. Rhodes for Anakie, runs onto the ball. He kicks clear. Taylor's on his own. He's 20 or 30 metres away from a teammate. As he picks up the ball, he's got a little bit of time. Takes a running shot at goal. It is straight through the middle, and that is a ripper, and this game is well and truly alive. 6-5, 41 Anakie. North Geelong is 6-12, 48. 7 points in it. And we are 7.5 minutes into the final quarter, the Morris Finance quarter.
Well, I was just looking for Reynolds. I can't find him. Who kicked that ball out for Anakie?
Roberts, sorry.
Roberts. I was going to say Reynolds plays for North. But he started. He just got the ball and kicked it. And after that, that's what you want to see Anakie do. They've been threatening to do it all day, and they've been breaking down up forward. And all of a sudden, like I said before, North Geelong have come up the ground too much, and they couldn't get back. And Wallace, I thought he was going to stuff it up for a minute. I thought he's not going to pick this up. But he's kicked a great goal, and that brings it within 7. Is that 7 points, is it?
Yep.
Wow.
Riddell's come back on the ground. He's gone forward, so that gives them a marking option down there as well. So the ball's back in the middle of the ground. It's going to be cleared away. This time it's picked up there by Jewel. He goes back into their forward line. Mark is not taken. Parker leads in the race for the ball. He overruns it, picked up there. I think that was, I reckon it might have been Roberts, was it? Maybe. Possibly.
He's got him high, whoever it is.
He was tackled high, and he's going to be the recipient of the free kick.
Yeah, Roberts.
So he's done quite nicely. Umpire just hands the ball back to him, so they've got some smaller options or shorter options. But he'd be well advised just to deliver the ball a little bit longer than that, and that's what he's done. He's gone back towards centre wing. Kick was good. The mark has been taken out there this time by Hayward. He's asked to play on now by the umpire. Kick was short, and again, you can't afford to do it unless it's 100% on, and it's going to be a ball up in that position. Defensive side of centre wing for Anarchy, but they have been going pretty well in the final quarter, and as they have through the third, they've got some results. They need to get another goal now. Ball back into dispute, picked up by Rhodes, just puts it on his boot, runs the ball back towards their half-forward line. By himself is Fisher. He will pick the ball up and deliver the ball back towards their half-forward line. Mark is not taken out there by Humphrey. Ball runs free. He's got some support there, and it's kicked forward there by Tompkins. Goes back into their forward line again. Ball there to be won. Parker picks the ball up, and Luke Parker says, "Don't worry, I will just settle things down again for the North Geelong side," and he kicks his third. The 7-12 now to North Geelong, 6-5 Anarchy, and we've gone close to 10 minutes final quarter.
Well, he's the danger man because you give him an inch and he'll kick a goal on you, but I just don't understand. You start to run and you keep running and kick it straight into the bloke coming towards you. There's nothing wrong with a big long kick at the moment with the wind and get it in your forward line and keep it there and kick a goal, and they've given one up just because of that bit of play. And look, if Riddle hasn't gone back into the ruck, which I don't think he has,
no, he's still forward.
I would almost throw Darren Morris into the ruck myself because he's played ruck a lot of his career. We saw him destroy Mark Stewart last year for a while. He's got a leap, and I would almost put him in because I think the North Geelong ruck, Tompkins has gone in there and dominated since he's been in there.
Yeah, he certainly has. Back in the middle now, it's Wallace and Tompkins. Tompkins gets most of it. Comes down to Baumgartner. He's tackled immediately. Can't get free. But I reckon on the stat sheet today, Clangers would certainly be the biggest one. It's Tompkins who punches free for North Geelong. Detman's coming out. He's grabbed without the ball. Umpire let it go, which is quite okay.
No, it's not. That one was a free.
Jill slaps forward. Kavanagh trying to get the ball. Coming out very strongly for Anakie. Another player pushed out of the way. Parker does a very good job, and that is a magnificent kick again, which has been the highlight of his game this afternoon. If this is a goal, he's kicked 3 and set 2 up in a game like this. That's pretty impressive. So he's Finlay who's got the ball, who's on that lead, and Parker hit him lace out. So he'll be about 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle. It leaves the boot horribly and has gone straight out of bounds on the full in the back pocket. And it will be it'll be Leach for Anakie, who's got the ball. He gives it back to Detman. So here we go now. Detman in the back pocket. He runs around his man, kicks long down to half-back flank, but he's kicked it into a nest of players. Well, Jackson Buse had a fair chunk of that. Umpire didn't pay it. Tackled immediately is it's for North Geelong. It's Walton. It's going nowhere. Another ball up. It's Riddell's back in the ruck, this time to Smith. Smith had it for a while. Umpire said he threw it. And Miraclis for Anakie has won the ball. Half-back flank. The Roos desperate to come forward now. They've let this advantage sneak out to 13 points that North Geelong have. Over the back of the pack, Hayward, who's done a really good job. He kicks neatly down looking for Rhodes. Bunworth's going to be first there, but he can't quite trap the ball. And coming out for North Geelong is Grant, who releases pressure and hits Tompkins on the chest in the centre square. He's been probably their best player in the second half. Tompkins kicks down looking for Parker again. Can't quite hold the ball. Over the back of the pack now it's Pyle. He kicks into the middle of the ground, and that's a terrible kick that's to the advantage of North Geelong. They can't take control of the ball through Jewel, but he has forced. He's won a free kick for holding the ball, Jewel. So he's kicked it straight into the back of his teammate's head. It hasn't gone anywhere. Buse picks up the crumb. Breaking through from the pack is Walton. The umpire said, "You've dropped the ball." Buse now for North Geelong, kicks quickly into the pocket. He'll be looking for Parker, who comes out and takes a chest mark. Oh, only 25 metres out, a bit narrower than 45-degree angle, and this very experienced player is probably going to go back and kick the sealer if he can get it, and on what I've seen off his boot today, it's probably just write it down in the book, I suggest.
Well,
he's been quite superb. So Parker now coming in, leaves the boot, no trouble at all. His fourth for the afternoon, and North Geelong now skip out to a 19-point lead, and we are 14 minutes into the Morris Finance last quarter.
A couple of free kicks just went against them then, and they were probably 50-50. I'm not quite sure of the rule, but the one that Buse got, he actually punched the ball out of the bloke's hand, and I don't think that's dropping the ball, but umpire saw it that way, and once you get it down, look, the defenders that time had plenty of time. It wasn't the most miraculous kick of all time to Parker. He sat under it for a while, but he must have just got away from his opponents, and it's just made it a little bit too hard for him. I don't know who's gone down on him now, but I don't know. They just look like they were going to come back, and they just haven't quite got the class.
Riddell and Tompkins fall on the ground. The ball arrives after them. Buse picks it up. He can't get it out, but he's putting it out to the advantage of a teammate. Jules got it. He's been tackled. Tompkins goes in as well. Goodwin's the tackler, and we'll have a ball up. We're still inside the centre circle. Riddell very cleverly to Miraclis. His tackle is smothered. Kick is smothered by Smith. Coming through is Detman for Anakie. Gets it across to Kavanagh. Kavanagh to Goodwin. He kicks it off the ground, and it's going to be fortuitous. It's land with Miraclis on the centre wing. He hand passes to
the Hoff.
Hoff running past. The Hoff kicks true centre half forward, but coming out and taking another relieving mark is Brockenshire, a man that Adam Donoghue rates very, very highly as a defender after playing on him in round one, and he's had another great game today. Brockenshire kicks down the line, punched away from the pack by the Hoff. Fisher gets it, dribbles it a bit further around the boundary line. He's got a boundary throw in they probably wanted. With a very clever kick, and he's played quite well this afternoon. He's limping. He's had a bit of ankle trouble some time ago, but has courageously pushed on and been a very good player for his beloved Magpies. So the throw in now, Tompkins again. Riddell takes it out of the ruck, hand passes to Goodwin. He's tackled immediately, going nowhere. The ball's bobbled out. Umpire has whistled to the lips, but hasn't blown it yet. It's still bobbling around in there. Swenninson gets it. He's tackled immediately. This time we'll have a ball up right in front of the interchange gate. Centre wing on the pavilion side, where we haven't seen much of the play this afternoon. But the players are much easier to see when they're this close. Riddell wins the tap out. It's going nowhere. Smith tackled immediately by Miraclis. Ho gets it to centre half forward. Taylor takes a very good mark, almost at the back of the pack. Wins the crumb as well. Gets around on his left foot. Kicks neatly across towards Hayward. He's going to have a little bit of time to pick it up in front of Bunworth. Breaks the tackle. Gets around on his right foot. Kicks into forward. Coming out is Pyle. He can't take the mark, but Mills has got the ball at the front of the pack. The umpire's blown the whistle.
And 50, because it's going to free kicks going to North Geelong. Anakie has kicked it through for the goals, hoping for advantage, but it's 50-metre penalty. I'm not sure about that, but...
Yeah, I didn't see what happened, but Brockenshire has been given the free kick, and now the mark, it wasn't a 50, it was more like a 25, but he plays on, gets it out to centre wing, coming out Best, who was really lively early. You haven't called him much of late. He pushes a teammate out of the way, centre wing, and there'll be another boundary throw in far side of the ground.
Final score at Bell Post Hill and Inverleigh. 11-15-81, 5-4-34 Bell Post Hill.
Oh, the Hawks have set a standard again. Riddell wins the tap out, kick back into the middle of the ground. First on it will be Mills. He's tackled immediately. The umpire says no prior opportunity to get another ball up. Corner of the square, slightly favouring North Geelong's goal. They're leading now by 19 points, and we are 18 minutes into the Morris Finance last quarter.
So Miraclis from the middle of the ground, he comes back in. His kick is not accurate enough and hits Rhodes of North Geelong on the chest. So a chance now for North Geelong just to stem things again. They can look to go into their half-forward line, but he decides to go out wider, so Miracles is best positioned, and he takes the mark in front, gives the handball away. So another opportunity. This time a longer kick. They go forward. Not too sure where he was looking for, but Fish is going to be leading in the race for the ball, but it won't matter because the ball will go back over the boundary line. We'll have another throw-in to take place on that far side of the ground. So in front of that scoreboard out the far side, umpire will throw it back in. Riddell doing the ruck work. Ball comes down, taken out or tried to be cleared from the contest. Riddell went back and picked it up again, but it's Buse. Got the handball away as far as Henderson. Henderson goes over the top towards his teammate there in Best. He is tackled and brought to ground, but he's over the boundary line, and we're going to have another throw-in on the far side. I suppose Tompkins is probably ready. The only ruckman they've got in that grub outside of...
Where's Davis gone?
Oh, that's right. Here's the other bloke, yes.
I haven't seen him since quarter time.
Well, there's two of them. Lost both of them then.
He must be off because he would have been in the ruck.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't been here. You're right. So the ball goes forward. The mark is taken out there by Jewell. So Jewell now, he decides to play on and goes quickly into their forward line. Parker read that nicely, and he comes up and, well, he had it on his chest, but then drops it. Ball goes over the boundary line, and we're going to have a throw in it. In the forward pocket area.
How did he drop that?
I've got no idea.
Lukey Parker, the one in the back of the shit, it'll split all over him.
I was going to say the same thing, but I didn't think I could say that.
Oh, we're back on radio. I thought we were running on live stream.
So the ball thrown back in, tapped forward, Buse. It's going to be picked up, and again, Anakie now will bring the ball back towards their middle of the ground, or the centre wing. They've got numbers back there. Brockenshire read that nicely, decides to stop and prop and go inside. Mark is okay, and it's taken out there, Zach Swenison, so he will settle things down for North Geelong.
They've just had enough class when they needed it, haven't they?
Yep.
They've just kept in front.
Yeah, just that 1 or 2 quality finishes makes a hell of a difference. Ball goes long, and at the front of the contest, Mark is not taken. Anakie win possession of the ball, and it's through good when they bring the ball back towards centre wing. But again, this time it's North Geelong with the numbers. There's a free kick, and it's a holding out decision. It's going to go to Anakie, so they need to keep things rolling. Handball comes in. They work the ball to Baumgartner. He goes into their forward line, and Miracles has taken the mark. He's got Taylor further afield. He's a bit too slow in his movement there, Miracles. Now he's got to go back now and kick the goal because he had options further afield.
He did.
He steps into 50. He's not going to get the distance. The ball is going to land in the goal square and will be pushed through for a minor score. So Anakie now to 6-6, trailing North Geelong on 8-12, and we have gone just on 21 minutes, I should say, in the final quarter. Looks like Brunt's going to be doing the kicking in duties. Looking at his options, he decides to play on once again from that square. He goes low and out wide. Mark not taken, picked up there. And it wasn't picked up. It's going to end up in the hands there of a bloke in Brockenshire who's been good. Goes back towards centre wing. Humphrey leads in the race for the ball. But as we've said on a number of occasions, the ball has gone back over the boundary line and another throw-in to take place.
So far side of the ground where the ball has been for most of the afternoon. It's a long, long way over there. Hard to find players, but when they're much easier to see over this side. This has been a really entertaining game in the second half. The first half was hard work, but really enjoyed the second half. Riddell and Tompkins, who have had plenty of good battles in that period of time. Tompkins gets the ball forward cleverly for North Geelong by hand. It comes out to Sluggett. He breaks the tackle. No, it was Walton. Gets it across to the teammate there. Kicks back into the middle of the ground and finds Bunworth. Bunworth immediately round on the right foot. Kicks long to half forward looking for Taylor. He comes out. Can't take the mark. Quickly kicked forward for North Geelong there by Rhodes. But it's the other Rhodes for Anakie who picks up and kicks forward, but just fading to the left-hand side for another minor score. 8-12 North Geelong are, and Anakie now, I reckon, are 7 goals to 7.
I think the horse might have bolted.
So it's
Yes,
kicked out the half-back flag. Tompkins can't take the mark. Baumgartner quickly gets it onto Pyle. He kicks it down forward. Rhodes for North Geelong tries to win the ball. Gets it across to the bobbles out to the other Rhodes. Picked up by Marnie. He kicks it a little more forward for North Geelong. It's Dalziel can't get it. Goodwin picks up a crumb for Anakie. Kicks it back into the goal square, but Brockenshire, one of 3 North Geelong players behind the line of the ball, takes the ball, plays on immediately, kicks out to the half-back flank, and young Henderson underneath the ball. He can't take the mark. Coming through for North Geelong There is Ho, kicks it forward. Sorry, Hoff. We've been corrected.
And he's Anakie.
And he's for Anakie, and he kicks it forward, but he cannot penetrate this North Geelong defence, who form another wall. Get a ball up out of that. Tompkins gets it across to Smith. Smith kicks down the line. Finlay comes through, punches it forward for his team. Best runs onto a loose ball, kicks it off the ground, looking for Parker, but intercepted there by Walton. His hand pass goes straight up in the air to Riddell. Riddell across to a teammate there, but coming through intercepting is Bewes for North Geelong. He runs onto it, hand passes it back, but it's intercepted by Baumgartner. He kicks down the line. Hoff marks, or interfered with, front on, and will take a free kick just outside 50 on the far side of the ground. Anakie desperately attacking in this last little section of the game. Hoff, neat little pass, and he finds in the forward pocket there someone I can't recognise because he's too far away. You got binoculars on him, Grubby?
Maybe Goet, maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm not 100% sure.
Anyway, coming around now. He kicks and it goes straight up in the air to centre forward. Underneath it is Morris. He can't hang on to it. It's Marnie for North Geelong, who breaks free. Riddell gets it, but it's taken away from him by Humphrey. He kicks forward. Piles underneath of it, coming over the back is Best, who does a really, really good job for North Geelong to mark that, and he kicks it out to Henderson.
You're right, Smitty. Goet.
Yep. And kicking down the line now, taking a mark for North Geelong is Reynolds.
I was going to say go and get.
He's just forward of centre wing. North in attack now, and they seem to have control of the game. And Parker, who was, I reckon he's licking his lips, and a wagyu might be coming his way from where I see. It'd be interesting to see what the other two think. Parker's kick finds Smith, and they're pushing forward there on true half-forward flank. Just holding play up now. They're certainly won control of the game again now. And this late in, 25 minutes into the last quarter, they seem to have it under control. That is a terrible kick. Absolute shocker. Out of bounds on the full. In the back pocket. And it will be Kavanagh who will skip over the fence, grab the ball and bring it back into play for Anakie.
Well, he was going to be my wagyu man. Kavanagh at quarter time, but he's just dropped away off the pace a bit.
He was a brilliant start to the game.
He's a relation Eric Nichols and Jordan Kavanagh.
He's kicked into the middle of the ground, find the Hoff. The Hoff kicks it across, and Rhodes marks in the back pocket. He kicks down to the half-back flank, finds his coach, Daniel Bunworth, and that is a beautiful kick to Pyle. Forced him to run into the space, and Pyle has the ball just forward of centre wing. He runs around the man on the mark, kicks into true centre half forward. He's looking for Miraclis, which is a pretty good effort. The boy did a hell of a good job, almost pulled it in under a real pressure. Gets back a handball that he probably didn't really want, but he's won the ball again, kicked it across his body, and coming out and taking a mark is Daniel Bunworth for Anakie, and he will have a shot for goal. 25 to 30 metres out, 45-degree angle, and to say it's vital would be a gross understatement. They're 6-7-43 at the moment, 8-12 Anakie, 8-12 North Geelong, 17 points down. Coach goes back, leaves the boot. He's very happy. That's an important 7th goal for the home side. And Grubby, have they got time?
Look, well,
no.
The quarters have been going for 32 minutes. What have we been going for?
26.
Yeah.
They've got 6 minutes to kick a couple of goals. If they can continue that, yeah. But just the way North Geelong have been able to hold them to only, 1 or 2 goals, I just don't. I think they've got time, but whether they've got the class to get over them now, I don't know. What is it? 1 goal, 5, 11 points.
Great job for North Geelong since the other two ruckmen have been injured. He almost wins it down. Bewes is the first one to come out of the centre with the ball. Great work there by Roberts for Anakie. He can't break free though. Comes through with Riddell. He muscles his way through the pack. The ball keeps bobbling out. It's in the hands of Jet. Falls fortuitously in the hands of Jet Mills. That is a shocking kick forward by him. And North Geelong release the ball. It comes out towards Henderson. He's running onto the ball with a bit of pace, but up to the task for Anakie. Rhodes wins the ball. He gets it across to his teammate there in Leach. Leach gets it back to Baumgartner. Baumgartner kicks it in the middle of the ground. He'll be looking for Bunworth over the back of the pack. First on the ball is going to be Taylor. He gets a good bounce but drops it. Gets it again, kicks it across his body, going to land in the square. Bunworth comes through and takes a magnificent
He's called
mark.
play on, umpire. He's called play on.
Oh, it must have come out and bounced.
It looked like a mark to me from here.
Oh, the Anakie supporters behind the ground reckon it was a mark.
I've got a funny feeling he's marked that.
Tompkins gets it across to Brockenshire. He's tackled immediately, kicks it.
Play on, not 15.
Wins the ball, but not 15. Quickly kicks it out onto the half-back flank and effectively over the boundary line in front of Morris.
He's paid deliberate, and you know what? He's right.
Do you reckon?
He kicked it straight for the boundary line, no matter, easily, yep.
So Morris has got in the middle of the ground. Pole can't take the mark over the back of the pack. Kicked into the middle of the ground. Now is Riddell. He kicks it down, looking for Bunworth, who's really lifted for his side this afternoon, giving them opportunities. Marnie gets it for North Geelong. He kicks it out, looking for the boundary line as well. Tompkins is first there. He lays on the ground in front of the ball. Hoff tackles him, trying to win the ball. Goodness gracious,
on the full.
All these new names. On the full, is it?
Yep.
Yes, and Anakie coming back into attack. Again, it's Leach. Half forward, and Bruns comes out and takes a relieving mark for North Geelong. Oh, we had some excitement there for a moment. Geez, so Bunworth had taken that mark and kicked the goal.
Bruns now delivers the ball back towards centre wing. Parker's up over the top and takes a mark. So he's brought himself down. Going to keep chipping away. They'll turn the ball over eventually. This time it goes back from Marnie to Jewel, and Jewel now goes down the ground. In front, Mark is not taken out. The back, Buse had it and was knocked the ball over the boundary line. So we've gone over 30 minutes now.
Yeah, so they had to make him do that a minute ago.
Yep.
And they just couldn't do it.
As we said, not much time left within the game.
No, I think they're home now, the Maggies. I think they're home. But I tell you what, it's been a great effort by the Roos. They've really had a crack.
They probably really have control of the game for most of it. But North Geelong, just that polish finish off, done better. Ball out the back of the contest. Well read there by Morris. Got the handball away, so they've still got a chance now. Baumgartner gets the ball further afield, goes to Jewel. He runs over the boundary line. There's going to be another throw-in to take place. As we said, far side of the ground, which the ball has been for most of the day. Thrown back in now by the umpire again. Ruckman go at it. Ball tries to come out the back. Riddell gets it. Just puts boot to ball. Kicks it into their forward line. Miracles couldn't take it. Packed on further by Brockenshire. Again, Hoff over the top. Just Hoffy. Short of his target. Picked up out there. This time it's through Rhodes. Delivers the ball across the ground. So Anakie have got the bounce there, but Henderson, he can't pick it up cleanly. Picking the ball up. He's done nicely. Got the handball away. Goes back inside to Baumgartner. He kicks the ball into their forward line. Zach Swennison's out there by himself. He's got support low and flat along the boundary. And that has gone back over the boundary line. Have another throw in.
And it was Todd Smith.
And it looks like the ball has gone out of bounds on the full. So it's going to be a free kick going to Anakie out there on the far side of the ground with Leach taking the kick.
We're going to have to start calling you Bill Collins, the accurate one.
Bill, don't know about that. Leach now decides to go long and into the forward line. Out the back again. Swennison, the old firm. Mark taken, short kick. Someone's lost a bit of control here because I'm not too sure which umpire was paying what, but it's going to go backwards. Dangerous. Rhodes nearly intercepted that, but Swennison's taken the mark, and that's Brent. So he's again going to slow things down as we've gone over 32, almost 33. Short kick goes back to Parker, and he has taken the mark inside again, Swennison, and they'll keep doing that as long as you give them the space. So now Swennison decides to go wide. That's okay to his brother in Zach. So Zach Swennison now.
So they know they don't have to kick another goal to win it. That's why they bring Parker and these blokes up to create loose men.
So he's gone backwards again to Parker.
That's why.
Yep. So again, they just play the possession game.
And he's the one who does the nice little passes and hits targets. So they've got to follow him in and man him up. They've got to man them all up.
So he goes long as the siren sounds, so it won't matter anymore, Grubs, because North Geelong will run out winners 8-12. They will defeat Anakie on 7-7. And for the goal kicks for the home side, Taylor with 2, 1 each double quarter. Will sum up this game here. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.